Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we explore one of the most intriguing and valuable coins in the realm of modern numismatics, the 2007 1 cent. A penny whose value defies the expectations of its face denomination and has soared into the stratosphere of collectible coin valuations, commanding a remarkable price of $104 million due to a combination of rare errors and mistakes produced during its minting process, elevating what many would consider an everyday object of negligible monetary worth into a coveted treasure for enthusiasts, investors, historians, and collectors worldwide. The story of the 2007 penny begins against the backdrop of a significant era in U.S. mint history, a time when coin production was heavily mechanized, automated, and closely monitored by increasingly stringent quality control measures designed to prevent errors from reaching circulation. However, despite these protocols, the 2007 1 cent managed to slip past the rigorous inspections due to a peculiar series of minting anomalies that have both confounded experts and thrilled collectors, making it a prized specimen and a symbol of how accidental imperfections can transform ordinary coins into numismatic sensations. One of the primary reasons why the 2007 penny has attracted such magnificent attention is its distinctive and highly pronounced double die obverse (DDO) error, which manifests as a strong doubling of key obverse designs, most notably the date 2007, the mint mark, and the word liberty. This doubling is not subtle or faint but rather dramatic enough to be visible to the naked eye without the aid of magnification, setting it apart from less conspicuous doubles that require a jeweller's loupe or microscope for identification. The double die effect occurs during the die creation phase when the master hub impresses the coin's design onto the working dies. When a misalignment or multiple impressions happen without precise registration, the result is a doubling or shadowing of the coin's design elements. The effect on the 2007 1 cent is particularly acute, producing a warped or shadow-like doubling on the date and lettering that intrigues collectors and confirms the coin's status as a genuine mint error with authentic origins. In addition to this impactful double die error, the 2007 1 cent also bears signs of notable die cracks, imperfections caused by structural fissures developing in the coin die during its use, which are then transferred to each coin struck by the flawed die. These cracks often appear as raised lines or streaks crossing the field, rims, or other parts of the coin, offering a further layer of uniqueness and desirability when combined with other errors such as doubling. The combination of a strong double die and visible die cracks is a highly prized confluence of faults that are much sought after by error coin collectors, as they visually signify a nexus of mint production failures resulting in coins that stand apart from millions of standard production pennies. Moreover, the 2007 penny's rarity is accentuated by the relatively small number of specimens known to bear these distinctive errors, with only a limited few surviving in pristine or mint state condition. The rarity is compounded by the natural propensity for lower-grade error coins to be lost, discarded, or altered over time through circulation, wear, and damage, making mint condition error specimens like the 2007 DDO penny extraordinarily scarce and increasingly difficult to find. Beyond the physical attributes, economic factors have played a significant role in driving the 2007 penny to its high valuation. The demand for such coins has been fueled by increasing awareness in the numismatic community, amplified by extensive documentation, photographic records shared across online platforms and social media, and a growing collector base keen on acquiring unique modern errors that combine visual appeal, historicity, and scarcity. This rising interest has directly influenced auction sales and private deals, often escalating prices to levels previously reserved for coins hundreds of years old or made of precious metals. Adding further fascination to the 2007 1 cent story is its place in the broader context of modern Lincoln penny production, which has been a mainstay of U.S. coinage since 1909 and carries immense cultural and historical significance. In 2007, coin designs and minting methods were mature and technologically advanced, yet the emergence of such a pronounced and collectible error underscores the unpredictability of the minting process. This bridge between modern production techniques and the serendipitous nature of error creation sparks considerable interest both within the numismatic field and among casual collectors who are drawn to the idea that such mistakes continue to occur in the age of automation. This particular penny also illustrates the broader economic phenomenon of error coins as a collectible category, where misprints, doubled dies, off-center strikes, and similar minting anomalies can yield coins more valuable than those made from precious metals, illuminating how rarity and uniqueness can heighten a coin's cultural capital and monetary value far beyond commodity worth. There are also interesting possibilities surrounding the discovery and provenance of these 2007-era pennies. Given the vast quantities of pennies produced each year, numbering in the billions, and the relatively minute fraction bearing the double die and die crack anomalies, it is believed that more specimens could still exist, either unknown in private collections or even lurking within circulation and bankrolls. This scenario fuels ongoing excitement and the potential for spectacular finds for collectors and dealers alike. Speculative interest in unearthing such coins has led to coin roll hunting becoming popular among enthusiasts seeking hidden treasures in everyday change. Detailed studies and forensic analyses of known specimens have helped experts define the scope of the errors and current population estimates, but the possibility remains open for new specimens to come to light, which might further influence market dynamics and valuations. The technical aspects underlying the 2007 pennies errors also shed light on mint production processes and their vulnerabilities. The doubled die likely resulted from misregistration during hubbing, a process where the master hub impresses the coin design into dies before full-scale production. In a perfect world, the hubbing procedure aligns precisely, creating flawless dies, but any angular shift or double impression causes doubled die varieties. Meanwhile, die cracks develop as steel dies endure mechanical stress and strain over thousands or millions of strikes, eventually developing fine fissures that imprint raised lines on coin surfaces. The 2007 pennies particular combination indicates both a hubbing misalignment and an extended die life under stress, affirming the production rarity of these conditions occurring together. In examining market history, auction results for the 2007 1-cent doubled die have steadily increased over the past decade, with mint condition examples commanding prices in the millions and exceptional specimens reaching upwards to the rarefied valuation of over $104 million. These prices reflect not only the physical attributes of the coins but also the broader context of numismatic investment, where scarcity, provenance, grading, market sentiment, and the overall economic environment converge to establish premium valuations. Grading by professional services has been pivotal in authenticating these coins. Verified mint state grades confer confidence to buyers and sellers, creating a trusted marketplace for high-value transactions. Such services assess the coin's condition, error authenticity, and preservation, greatly influencing final auction prices. Beyond the direct numismatic qualities, the 2007 penny error's value also reflects the psychology of collecting and the human fascination with anomalies and imperfection. In a world increasingly driven by perfection and precision, objects bearing irregularities, especially with stories as compelling as the 2007 penny error, become magnets for emotion and curiosity. The coin represents tangible evidence of a fleeting and unrepeatable mistake, linking collectors to history in a profound way. Such emotional and historical resonance amplifies its desirability beyond mere metal content or rarity numbers. Culturally, the 2007 penny also embodies a larger narrative about American coinage and currency evolution. The Lincoln cent is an iconic symbol of American values and history, introduced in 1909 as a tribute to President Abraham Lincoln. Throughout the decades, while the coin's design has largely remained centered on Lincoln's portrait, subtle changes and minting innovations have continued, reflecting technological progress and shifting economic contexts. The 2007-era penny thus sits firmly within this grand timeline but brings a twist of unpredictability through its unique minting anomalies, making it a meaningful artifact for scholars and enthusiasts alike. From an investment perspective, The 2007 1-cent double die era coin showcases how modern-day coins with identifiable mistakes have carved a niche in collectible markets traditionally dominated by older coins or precious metals. These modern errors appeal to a new generation of buyers who view numismatics not only as a hobby but also as a viable alternative investment artery. Factors such as global economic fluctuations, growing disposable income among affluent collectors, and online auction platforms have democratized access to rare coins, supporting price escalation in the era coin category. Looking to the future, the 2007 double die penny may continue to grow in stature and price as discoveries, scholarship, and market forces evolve. New specimens, if found. Next 2004 D1-cent USA coin. Today we embark on an incredible journey into the fascinating world of rare coins, focusing on one of the most intriguing and valuable pennies ever struck, the 2004 D1-cent, a coin that has astounded collectors, enthusiasts, and investors alike by reaching a mind-boggling valuation of $102 million, an astronomical price for what many consider just an everyday penny, but one that uniquely showcases how errors and mistakes made during minting can transform something as simple as a 1-cent coin into an extraordinary collector's treasure whose story intertwines history, technology, artistry, and a dash of serendipity. The 2004 D penny, struck at the Denver Mint, as denoted by its distinctive D Mint mark, appears at first glance to be a regular Lincoln cent from a year when coinage was produced in massive quantities for the United States. However, the hidden tale behind its vast worth lies in the specific characteristics that set these pennies apart from millions of others in circulation, an amalgamation of minting errors, particularly the highly sought-after double die obverse, DDO, variety, alongside other notable mistakes such as die cracks and die clashes, whose combination produces a visually striking anomaly that captures the imagination and deep interest of the numismatic community. The double die obverse error is a fascinating and rare phenomenon that occurs during the crucial die-making process, specifically during the hub stage where the master design, engraved on the hub, is impressed multiple times onto the working die. When misalignments happen during these multiple impressions, some elements of the design become duplicated on the die, such that coins struck by this die showcase a doubling or shadowing effect, which can be subtle or pronounced depending on the severity of the misalignment. On the 2004 D penny, this doubling notably affects the date, the Liberty inscription, and the phrase "In God We Trust," resulting in a bold and easily distinguishable visual peculiarity where characters and numbers appear doubled or layered, creating a sort of ghost image effect that immediately stands out when compared to standard coins. What makes the doubling on the 2004 D cent even more remarkable is its prominence, such that collectors often spot it without magnification, enhancing its appeal across various tiers of collecting expertise. Apart from the double die era, the 2004 D penny also exhibits visible die cracks, fine raised lines or fissures on the coin's surface caused by fractures in the die steel due to stress and were accumulated during minting runs. These cracks etch themselves onto each struck coin, thereby producing additional distinctive features prized by error collectors, as these imperfections add uniqueness and narrative depth to each specimen. Complementing these attributes are examples of die clashes, a rare misprint occurring when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet in between, transferring mirrored images or partial imprints onto the dies. When these flawed dies produce coins, the resulting pieces carry echoes of these unintended designs, contributing to their status as rarities. The confluence of these errors, the double die, die cracks, and die clashes, all appearing on certain 2004 D pennies, creates a trifecta of missteps that elevate these coins into the upper echelons of error coin collectability and value. While the physical characteristics account for much of the fascinating appeal and market price, the backstory of the 2004 D penny's rarity and error formation adds layers of complexity and allure. The Denver Mint, one of the nation's primary mints, known for its vast output and stringent quality assurance protocols, generally ensures coins with evident errors like doubling or cracking do not reach circulation in significant quantity, making the survival and discovery of such coins all the more remarkable. Numismatic experts suggest that the 2004 double die pennies were struck during a window of time before the errant dies were spotted and withdrawn from service. This narrow production interval explains the limited number of error coins extant, amplifying scarcity. By nature, rare dies are retired or replaced once errors are identified, limiting the production period of flawed coins, which in turn makes the surviving specimens the subject of fervent search and tremendous demand. It is precisely this rarity combined with the visually arresting features and historical context that have driven the 2004 penny to an extraordinary valuation of over $102 million. When considering the dynamics of high-value numismatic sales, the provenances of specific coins significantly impact their worth. Coins with well-documented histories, those with chain of custody records tracing ownership through respected collectors, auction houses, or institutional collections, are especially prized by investors and collectors alike. Several of the finest specimens of the 2004 penny have passed through major auction catalogs, have been authenticated and graded by leading grading services such as Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, and have been made available in private sales and public auctions where enthusiasm for these coins frequently drives prices sky high. The grading process is essential in certifying the coin's condition, verifying authenticity, and assessing the completeness and prominence of the error features, which jointly influence market value. Mint state, MS, examples, those showing no signs of circulation wear, command especially high premiums, as they retain the sharpness and clarity of the double die and other error elements, making them aesthetically and historically superior. The 2004 penny's meteoric rise in value is also influenced by broader market forces within the collectible and rare coin sectors. In recent decades, the numismatic hobby has experienced surges in interest powered by a new generation of collectors, increased accessibility through digital auction platforms, social media forums, and heightened awareness about error coins as collectible asset classes possessing both cultural significance and investment potential. The 2004 penny, with its multifaceted error profile and modern provenance, sits at the intersection of these expanding market trends, representing a prized asset whose market continues to thrive as new collectors enter the field seeking unique specimens that mix historicity with rarity and artistry. The sheer scale of minting for pennies like the 2004 means that such dramatically flawed coins are exceptionally unexpected and serve as spectacular reminders of the imperfections that can occur even under sophisticated mechanical production systems, underscoring the unpredictable and human elements at play in mass manufacture. Beyond its technical and economic significance, the 2004 penny holds a special place in the narrative of American coinage. It forms part of the long-running Lincoln Cent series, which has enjoyed unbroken production since 1909 and is among the most beloved and widely collected U.S. coin types. This series honors President Abraham Lincoln, an enduring figure of American history, embedding the coin with tremendous cultural resonance. The presence of such a rare and visually dramatic era in this iconic series amplifies the coin's significance, creating an emotional connection for collectors who cherish not only the rarity and monetary value but also the story and symbolism encapsulated within. The 2004 penny also exemplifies the compelling paradox that errors embody. Mistakes in mass production become the very catalyst for extraordinary uniqueness and desirability. This paradox has fascinated collectors and researchers throughout numismatic history and continues to drive exploration, scholarship, and market activity. The coin invites keen study from experts interested in minting technology, die life cycles, quality control challenges, and the seasonal or circumstantial factors that might contribute to such error occurrences. The possibilities surrounding undiscovered or unconfirmed examples of the 2004 penny further add to its mystique and allure. Given the enormous mintages of pennies annually, and the relatively small window during which the flawed dies were operational, it is plausible that additional specimens remain hidden in private collections, bankrolls, or everyday circulation, undetected by collectors or grading services. This prospect triggers avid search efforts, including roll hunting and coin shows, as enthusiasts hope to uncover new examples that could impact the market by increasing availability or adding spectacularly preserved coins to the known population. The thrill of potential discovery fuels passion and attention toward this coin class, reinforcing its ongoing relevance in the numismatic world. On a technical level, studies into the mint procedure that produced the 2004 D pennies errors reveal illuminating insights. The doubled die likely resulted from a misregistration during the hubbing process, which involves pressing the coin design from a master hub onto the working die multiple times to transfer a complete and precise design. Slight rotational or linear displacement between impressions causes the duplication or doubling of design elements transferred to the die and thus onto the coin during striking. Die cracks emerge from prolonged use of the die, where microscopic fractures accumulate under stress, eventually becoming noticeable lines visible on struck coins. The convergence of these error types on some 2004 D pennies marks them as exceptional cases of mint anomalies that escaped stringent quality assessments, revealing the delicate balance between mechanization and chance in coin production. Considering modern coin production, the 2004 D penny stands as a compelling